You guys good over there? Ms. Salins, if you could read us in to go into a closed session.
This motion is made that this open public meeting of the Warren County School Board become a closed meeting pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711. The school board desires to discuss the following matter in a closed meeting. Section 2.2-3711A1, discussion, consideration, or interviews of prospective candidates for employment, assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of employees of the school board, specifically the personnel report and the personnel report addendum.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Mr. Valentine, could you do a roll call, please?
Mrs. Lowe?
Aye.
Dr. Funk?
Aye.
Madam Chair?
Aye.
Mr. McFadden?
Aye.
Mrs. Salins?
Aye. Great, thank you. And then I think I'm going to ask us if we can just wheel our chairs back to the conference room since we have lots of. They're not chairs in. Well, I think some of these are.
According to the votes reported by the clerk, the School Board of Warren County does hereby certify that to the best of each member's knowledge, 1, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements under the Virginia Freedom of Information Act were discussed in the closed meeting to which this certification applies, and 2, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered by the school board.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Mr. Valentine, could you do roll call, please?
Yes. Mrs. Salins?
Aye.
Mr. McFadden?
Aye.
Madam Chair?
Aye.
Dr. Funk?
Aye.
Mrs. Lowe?
Aye. Thank you. And with that, we'll get started this evening. If you first could rise and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. We have small flags. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion to accept or modify the agenda this evening?
I move that the agenda be accepted as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, no. Thank you. Next up this evening, we have community participation. Mr. Valentine, is there anyone signed up? It's okay if you did. It's okay if you didn't. Okay. I would like to call the first person up. You have 3 minutes. If you could just let us know your name, where you're from.
My name is Natalie Norton. I have a student that attends Warren County, sorry, I'm really nervous, Skyline Middle School last year. This next year he's going into the high school, Skyline High School. I'm here because I'm encouraging you to vote against the personal report addendum because I am entitled to the completion of my Title IX investigation. It is of my opinion and belief from various sources that there is an immediate threat to children. Allowing the personnel report to go through is simply passing the trash from Warren County to another county. I'd also ask that you, the school board, please create a policy that would prevent staff from communicating with students on platforms such as Snapchat, Instagram, and etc. I just want to show what you might think is a very simple case is not. There is a lot of information here that needs to be given the time to be examined. And I'm asking you as a mom, please give me the time for my Title IX investigation to go through. Thank you for your time and your careful consideration.
Is there anyone else here this evening who would like to speak?
Hello, my name is Sherry Anloff. I'm a new IA for AS Roads. I've been working as their building-based sub for multiple years. I bleed blue and green, pretty much. I'm a rhino at heart. I've been working in the SPED program, and in the SPED program, we get an array of different types of kids. We have autism, we have nonverbal, deaf, blind. I mean, it's just so many different types of children. And it's our job as educators, but then also as moms and dads, to protect the kids that are under us and all the kids in the school. You know, I think we all can agree to that. As an employee and as moms and dads and human beings, we're expected to protect the innocent, to protect the children, and if need be their voice. And not all these kids have a voice, and it leaves them vulnerable. Some of their disabilities you can't see outwardly. You know, sometimes they have a problem communicating. Even if they want to tell you the truth or they want to tell you what happened, they're unable to do it. They can't look you in the eye, you know? And I know you guys know where I'm coming from, and I don't want to give out a lot of information. I don't even know a lot of information. But what I do know is if there's any type of open investigation, I don't feel like we're doing justice to our children by passing it and letting it go. So, because they cannot advocate for themselves, I encourage you to vote against the personnel report addendum until any and all investigations can be complete. And that's all I'm asking. I think that's fair for everyone involved, and that's fair for the children. And I think it's fair in this case especially. Please protect the most vulnerable of our students. They can't speak for themselves, and be their voice. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak this evening?
My name is Mary Troy, and I'm here on behalf of my grandson and my daughter. I encourage you to vote against the personal report addendum to allow for the completion of the Title IX investigation. My grandson deserves this. I thank you for listening.
Thank you. Is there anyone else this evening? Okay. We're going to move on to the consent agenda this evening. Is there a motion?
I move that the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, no. Thank you. Next up this evening, we have reports, and we're going to start with Dr. Martin.
So now that I've been the acting superintendent for just over 30 days, I can tell you without hesitation that the Warren County community is very lucky to have teachers and staff who are committed and extremely motivated to working with all students to ensure their success beginning on day one. From the school board office, instructional staff providing an unbelievable week-long in-service to our new teachers joining the Warren County Schools family, to every principal putting out the red carpet, literally, for returning staff. As a celebration, school board office staff provided an ice cream social to the music of Celebration by Kool and the Gang while dressed up like soda jerks. And I'm thinking soda jerks was part of my generation, but the effect was just the same. Members of the Education Endowment were present at each ice cream social to encourage teachers to apply for classroom project funding, and yet another partner gave away $100 cash to every faculty as a thank you. So it's an amazing the number of businesses that supported our new teachers, from the Chamber of Commerce, Rotary Club, to gift baskets from merchants, etc. The list goes on and on, but I know I would probably forget someone or a business. The true appreciation came from a veteran teacher who told me while she was returning to us after being in Fairfax and Prince William County that she stated the new teacher induction was the best and most comprehensive she had ever attended. So I want to highlight some unsung heroes during my report. The Departments of Transportation, Maintenance, Custodial Services, and Food Service have gone over and beyond this past summer to complete projects related to safety or just making our schools operate efficiently and look pristine. Specifically, food service. Warren County Public School Food Service has provided 102,433 breakfasts and 102,433 lunches for a total of 204,866 meals during this summertime. Maintenance. At LFK, the ramp to the exterior, as I call them, learning cottages, you may know them as trailers, that's been replaced, and the railings and decking have been repaired. At Warren County High School, we still have a circuit down in our main chiller, but we've hired a company to come in and repair that. Tennis courts, the first thing I heard when I got to Warren County. Well, we have now hired a contractor. The surface borings are complete, and we are awaiting a report, and we can't wait to get that. A lawn maintenance company with the lowest bid has now backed out. So our current maintenance staff is being pulled from work orders just to get everything ready to go. We are now to our next low bidder to see if they will come. But our staff, maintenance staff, has really stepped up. They are weed eating, they are mowing, so we can be sure everything looks great. We are adding some gates at E. Wilson Morrison to the playground to make it not accessible from the street or from anybody to walk off the streets. The custodial department. I challenge anyone to go into our schools and not be able to see their face in the shine from the floors. From tile to terrazzo, from carpet to hardwood, it is as if they are new again. Now we are reviewing processes to hopefully have the carpet in preschool and kindergarten classrooms with tile for safety and health. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a minute. Transportation. All our bus routes have been established, and the bus route flyers were mailed out last week. So I have created within my staff a great deal of conversation recently about the replacement of carpet to tile in preschool and kindergarten classrooms at Hilda J. and E. Wilson Morrison. I've had a productive conversation with the county administrator, and we have acquired preliminary quotes ahead of the school board approving this project and moving it forward to the Board of Supervisors for a bid. I will be meeting with the Board of Supervisors in the coming weeks and would like to share this health concern with them. Hopefully, I will be bringing a more formal proposal to you at our next work session before we issue these quotes. But indications are we may be putting tile and getting some help from the Board of Supervisors. All of our schools have now been given access to the Perry Weather System. This is the system our high school athletics use to monitor the weather. All schools will monitor the heat, and if the wet bulb globe temperature, also known as WBGT, is 90 or higher, the students will have indoor recess. The 90 degrees or higher was set by the Virginia High School League guidelines, and they've set these guidelines for all their athletics. We will be setting another temperature in the winter, for it's too cold to go outside. I have now met with each member of the Board of Supervisors and look forward to working with them on the 25-26 budget in the coming months. I also hope to have a bus tour with the school board and the Board of Supervisors to visit schools, not to outline our challenges, but to highlight the wonderful things happening in our classrooms on a day-to-day basis. I will have children's books under my arm and will encourage you, as we go into some classrooms, maybe to stop and read a book to the class, particularly kindergarten. It's a great experience. In terms of teachers, we have less vacancies than we had last year, but we will have a professional in every classroom beginning on August 12th. Finally, I am a huge cheerleader for the staff of Warren County Schools because I believe they are ready to receive the most important individuals next Tuesday, August the 12th. Parents will be sending us their most prized possessions, their children. We will be asking them the all-important question, what do you want to be when you grow up? And providing the pathways in making their dreams a reality.
Thank you, Dr. Martin. Next up, we have school board member reports. We're starting with Ms. Salins this evening.
I had the opportunity to attend the new teacher orientation last week and help serve them their lunch. We have some great new teachers and staff coming our way, so looking forward to the new school year.
Thank you. Ms. Lowe.
Thank you. I also was able to attend the new teacher orientation, and I agree it was a wonderful event. There are so many people that helped pull that together, from the people within the school systems to our community partners, a lot of donations from various different local businesses. It was really nice to see the welcome, and I was able to speak with some of our new teachers, so that was a good event. And we are just looking forward in my family to the start of the new school year. We have open house tomorrow, and then starting on Tuesday, get the kids back in class.
Thank you, Ms. Lowe. Dr. Funk.
Thank you. I was able to attend a small portion of the administrators retreat in July. So I was able to be there with all the school administrators and hear some of the training that they were getting. So it was a nice venue and a nice setup for that information to be shared. And just want to wish everybody, the best start to the school year on Tuesday, where I know that all of our students will be greeted and hear all the great stories of everything that happened over the summer with them, and just looking forward to a great school year for them.
Thank you. Mr. McFadden.
Well, I've spent the last week and a half seemingly following Little League. A lot of people here. I know it wasn't officially Warren County Public Schools. I'm sure some of the kids are our school members. And it was amazing. I'm not even a baseball fan, I'll be honest, but that got me going. It was just listening to that on the radio, and it was great to follow. It was very exciting. So congratulations to those boys. I'm very excited for the new year. I'm very excited to have Dr. Martin with us here. It's very nice to have you with us. And obviously, it's going to be a great year. It's going to be a little tumultuous at times. We're going to have a new superintendent coming on at some point. It's always going to be a little bumpy. And then we're going to have a new board coming on at some point. January will be new, so that'll be a little bumpy too. Hopefully not as bumpy as we can be. But so just for everyone to be aware that there's just going to be some changes this year. And I think we've been working as a board very well together, and I think I'm expecting we can work as a board going forward again with a new superintendent coming on, which we'll be very excited about. So anyone who's there's been a notice put out about coming, giving your opinion and insights about what you'd like in a new superintendent. We'll be taking public forum on that. What's the date on that?
It's August 18th, and it's from 5.
Monday.
Monday, August
Monday.
18th, 6:30 to 8.
So if anyone has an interest in letting our search committee hear what you have to say about it, we'd we'd love to hear you. If you're a little nervous and don't want to stand up in public and talk about it, you're welcome to fill in a survey and let us know that too. Other than that, just looking forward to a new year and excited to have the kids come back, and I'm very excited about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I want to apologize. I didn't make it to any of the new teacher orientation events last week. I was certainly thinking about everybody and hoping that everybody has a great start to their new school year. I was, every minute that I wasn't working, I was out at the fair barn and I was hanging out with our ag teachers, Ms. Buckland, Mr. Matthews, and Ms. Meadows. I think we're out there every single day, all week long, from 7:30 in the morning until probably well after 10 o'clock at night. So I know they missed a lot of the teacher events last week too, but it was really great to see them out with all the FFA kids and the FFA sponsors and parents that were out in the barns all week. All those kids had a lot of heart with their animals out there. And so that was great to see. And then because Mr. Kadesh isn't here to talk about it, Community Fun Day is at Warren County High School this coming Saturday from 10 to 2. There's going to be lots of great giveaways at that. Blake and Company will be there doing haircuts for students. I know each school is going to have a booth up. There will be lots of vendors and just a good day for kids to start coming back and getting excited for the upcoming school year to start on Tuesday. As Mr. McFadden already said, August 18th, it's 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Skyline High School Auditorium, and that'll be our search firm coming and hosting basically an open meeting for the community to come and speak about what they will find important to a superintendent in our school division. We've also scheduled that whole day leading up to that. Teachers and each department will have the opportunity to meet with them as well, and there will be an online survey that parents can fill out from home as well, and any community member can do. So hopefully everyone will take full advantage of those opportunities and give your input to the search firm so we can hear your input and see what's going to be important as we move forward. And next up, we're going to move into the action agenda. And first up, we have the approval of the concessions manager position. Ms. Poe.
Good evening. On the behalf of the athletic directors, I am here to present to you a new position as the concessions manager. As part of the ongoing efforts to strengthen our accountability for both high schools, that they have proposed from transitioning from going to the boosters, which is volunteer-based, to a in-house supplement, which will allow full ownership to go over the inflow and outflow of the concession stands, the merchandise, and making sure that those proceeds are going back to our athletics as well. So I did some facts of just for one high school, the fall games. So this would be for our home events, and this is not including if we go through tournaments. So then that would be additional as well. But for our fall, the high school has 42 home games. For winter, it's 59, and then spring is 75. And this, again, is all volunteer-based currently. So we want to make sure that we can support them with that as well for each season. So we are looking to hire one individual per season, so fall, winter, and spring, at a rate of $500 per person to not exceed $1,500 annually. And what we're going to do is budget that through our coaches' line items as well, which we have conducted, that we do have that to support them.
Are there any questions for Ms. Poe? Is there a motion?
I move the board approve the addition of concession manager position as presented.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, no. Thank you. Next up, we have approval of instructional assistant positions. Ms. Poe.
So I have two schools that I would like to bring to your attention this evening, and one is for Ressie Jeffries Elementary School, and that is to move their current teaching vacancy for 5th grade After reviewing the class sizes with the staff there, the 4th grade classes moving up to 5th grade is their smallest numbers. So as they were reevaluating, since we do not have the candidate pool that we want for a Title I school to be a highly qualified teacher, we have looked at the class sizes if we were going to 4 teachers versus 5 teachers. And that is, the class sizes are about 21 to 22 per class, and that it's not extra, I'm sorry. The teacher going to an IA position for just this current year would help support small class studies that they could bring out to support them, or floating around the 4 teachers itself. I'm going to pause on that. Would you like me to go to the additional one, or do you want to have
Do you any
questions?
on that particular one? Anybody?
Can you repeat the class sizes?
21 to 22 for the 4 teachers.
For 5th grade.
For 5th grade, yes. And this, again, I just want to stress this and reiterate it. It's only for this year because everybody coming up is over 100 students. And this is their smallest group. This is their last smallest group, actually.
If you want to go to your next
Okay,
one.
great. So additionally to Ressie, AS Roads is growing. So they have a need to support their 1st and 2nd grade classes due to their class sizes increasing this school year. So we do need additional support for them, and that would be to add 2 additional IAs, 1 for 1st grade and 1 for 2nd grade for just this school year as well. And then we'll reevaluate that need if we need to for budgeting purposes for next school year as well, since those students will then move up. But just for this school year, the 2 additional instructional assistant positions at AS Roads.
Are there any questions on those additions? Is there a motion?
I move that the board approve the transfer of 1 teaching position at RJES for fiscal year 25-26 to an instructional assistant position, and the addition of 2 instructional assistant positions at ASR to support the needs of our increased class sizes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Pope. Okay, next up, we have independent contractor agreement between Mobility, et cetera, LLC, and Warren County Public Schools for contracted orientation and mobility. Ms. Sperling.
Yes. Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to, I'm going to be up here with you for the next couple, so I'm going to get comfortable. Warren County Public Schools contracts with another agency, Allied Instructional Services. They've notified us that they are no longer able to meet our need to provide orientation and mobility services to our students with special needs. So we are proposing to establish a new agreement with Mobility, et cetera, LLC, who have notified us they have available in-person orientation and mobility providers who are available to begin immediately upon the start of this school year. So we are proposing to establish this new agreement with Mobility, et cetera, LLC.
Any questions for Ms. Sperling?
With this new company, are you expecting any significant changes compared to the service that we had last year?
I don't believe so. They do have, this initial contract is really just for orientation and mobility services, but they do have other services that are available that right now we are receiving virtually. So I would like to explore what other options they may have. If they are able to offer us in-person services, that may be something that I come back and speak with you about at a future meeting.
Any additional questions? Okay, is there a motion?
I move that the independent contractor agreement between Mobility, et cetera, LLC, Mobility, and Warren County Public Schools be approved as presented, and the superintendent be authorized to sign the agreement.
Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sperling. And you're up again with the service agreement between Presence Learning, Inc. and Warren County Public Schools for speech language teletherapy services.
Yes. So Warren County Public Schools has unfortunately been unable to fill a vacant speech and language pathologist position for this 25-26 school year. We've explored a lot of different options, and what we're looking at is contracting with a provider for virtual speech and language services. The purpose of this agreement is to establish those guidelines of responsibility between Presence Learning and Warren County Public Schools to provide speech language services to students who are identified as having or suspected of having speech and language impairments or related needs and may benefit from targeted support and or evaluation. This would be a contract for the duration of this school year, and we will have an individual on site, an instructional assistant, who will be the facilitator. So they would be the one that would bring the student to and from the therapy session and ensure that that student was engaging appropriately with the virtual provider.
Any other questions on this? Is there a motion?
I move that the professional service agreement between Presence Learning, Inc., Presence, and Warren County Public Schools, WCPS, be approved as presented, and that the superintendent be authorized to sign the agreement.
Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. Thank you. Thank you. And next up, we have a service agreement between Presence Learning, Inc., Presence, and Warren County Public Schools for psychoeducational teletherapy services. Ms. Sperling.
Again, unfortunately, we have been unable to fill a vacant school psychologist position for the 25-26 school year. We've explored those options again to contract with an agency with Presence Learning to provide virtual school psychologist services. This agreement is to establish guidelines of responsibility between Presence Learning and Warren County Public Schools to provide clinical services that will include psychoeducational evaluations along with coordinated services and school-wide support for students who are going through the special education referral process. And this agreement would be for this school year. And just like with the virtual school speech pathologist, we will have an individual on site who will facilitate that process. May I answer any questions?
How does the AI come in with this?
The AI.
In the contract, it says AI features and session recordings. It says that customer acknowledges and agrees that the platform may incorporate artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies to enhance the service, documentation, presence, clinicians. Like, are we? I know that like the trend right now is to go to kind of like a Google AI doctor. Is that how they're going to be handling this?
Definitely not. This is a live
Okay.
human being. This is a highly qualified a school psychologist who has the qualifications to conduct the special education evaluations. There will not be AI used in that evaluation. They are using approved protocols, so things like tests of intelligence, things for to detect if there are specific learning disabilities. There would be educational testing that would all be conducted by a human being. And the person that was on site, there are test kits that are associated with these evaluations that are conducted. The person on site would have that test kit. In some cases, there are flashcards that need to be shown. So while the person on the screen, the virtual school psychologist will be directing, the individual there in person will be then presenting the materials to the student.
Any additional questions? Is there a motion?
I move that the professional service agreement between Presence Learning, Inc., Presence, and Warren County Public Schools be approved as presented, and that the superintendent be authorized to sign the agreement.
Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion on this? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, no. Thank you. Next up, we have an MOU between Frey Music Services and WCPS. Ms. Sperling.
Yes. So in the past, we have contracted with another agency to provide music therapy services to our students. a provider has basically subcontracted under them. This individual has now gone out on their own. Our previous contractor was not able to meet our needs, so it's the same provider that we've been familiar with. We are just now establishing a contract with, I believe it's Fry Music Services, pronounced that way. It's a private agency that's providing music therapy for our students who are in our Pathways and Connections program, and the therapists and the staff, with parent permission, will provide music therapy to individual students enrolled within the Warren County Public Schools system. The rate of pay is the same as what we've been paying previously, and classes are held every other week.
Questions? Is there a motion?
I move that the 2025-2026 Memorandum of Understanding between Warren County Public Schools and Fray Music Services LLC be approved as presented, and the superintendent be authorized to sign the agreement.
Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you. Next up, we have Expanded Family Insight, PC, and WCPS MOU. Ms.
Yes,
Sterling.
one more for me. So Family Insight is a provider that we have worked with in the past. We have had an existing MOU with them, but we are looking at expanding our agreement with them. They're a private company, highly qualified, community-minded professionals who support families and individuals with treatments for a diverse spectrum of mental health needs. They also support children with autism through behavioral therapy, ABA services. With parent permission, Family Insight will provide mental health ABA services to eligible students enrolled in Warren County Public Schools. Those fees for services will either be billed through the student's insurance plans or will be paid for through Warren County Public Schools.
Questions for Ms. Sperling? Is there a motion?
I move that the Memorandum of Understanding between Warren County Public Schools and Family Insight PC be approved as presented, and the superintendent be authorized to sign the agreement.
Is there a second? Second. Any discussion? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sperling.
Thank you.
All right, next up this evening, we have approval of expenditure, iReady Math. Ms. Bragg.
Good evening. I come before you this evening to request the purchase of iReady Math through a pilot opportunity. And what we would be purchasing is the professional development that goes along with the pilot of the program. You may remember during the budget discussion, we talked about the opportunity to have a universal screener with personalized math learning to accompany that for our students. This would be for our grades 1 through 8 math students, so the 5 elementary schools and the 2 middle schools. With the terms of the purchase, we would have the opportunity at 3 of our elementary schools and 2 of our middle schools to pilot iReady Math for the first time in those schools. 2 of our elementary schools would be separate because they are continuing services. They've had iReady Math already through their own funds in place. But what the division would be paying for is the 21 professional development sessions that go alongside the use of the program. And by professional development, there is an initial kickoff session that will take place, and then that's to kind of get people familiar with how to use the program, how to give the diagnostic assessments. But then iReady would return back to the division and offer like full day grade levels would cycle through with that trainer. The data of our students would be analyzed alongside the iReady trainer in order to inform decision making on instruction, how to prepare for SOLs, that sort of thing. And those training days would happen following the diagnostic test that's given 3 times a year, and in preparation for, like I say, instructional decisions, small groups, that sort of kind of
piece that helps us get our programs implemented into our instruction in a way that makes them more effective. And so iReady Math offers that level of support to our teachers and to our students. And so I put forth to you the pilot of the iReady Math program at 5 of our schools, but for PD for all 7 elementary and 2 middle schools in the amount of $48,300.
Any questions for Ms. Bragg?
So that's for 21 sessions for all the teachers. They're using it for all 7 schools.
Yes, yes. So each school will have like a couple dates where they'll send a couple trainers out. They'll set up in the school and, like say, they'll sort of rotate through the grade levels so that they're using. One thing about professional development is that a lot of times it's not tailored to maybe your data. This is tailored to their data. So they'll be working with like that 3rd grade team at LFK or that 6th grade team at Warren County Middle School to look at their data to help make those instructional decisions and how to use the program in the next phase, you know, more appropriately. The 3rd diagnostic, we're asking that it be delivered a month before SOL tests so that that 3rd diagnostic can be used to drive that last month of instruction leading up to the SOL.
So if I remember right, I think we had a similar math program that was provided by the state, but it didn't have the screener before. Is that right? For a while,
Yes.
Is this replacing that?
It would be replacing that. That was part of All in Virginia.
Right.
We still have access to that program. And you'll forgive me because I'm blanking on the name of it, and it's like right there, and I can't. Zern. We still have access to that program. That program is really set up more, I think, in a way of it's kind of designated itself towards tutoring. So some of the feedback we've gotten on it, we have had schools use it, we have had teachers use it. One of the feedbacks we've gotten is that it's not aligned to Virginia standards, so sometimes you're having to go across grade levels to find, you know, that particular concept might be at a different grade level. We have provided guides and things like that to help the teachers zero in on what they may be looking for. But iReady with the professional development, I think that's another key part of it is in discussions with iReady, that professional development is really what kind of sort of led me to look really close at iReady. And our 2 schools that have been using it touted the professional development as kind of a key to what is helping their teachers integrate it into their classrooms.
Okay.
And they would be in year 2, so they're still new to it, but they would be getting started with it.
Any other questions? Is there a motion?
I move that the WCPS School Board approve the iReady Math pilot for grades K through 8 and the purchase of associated professional development services for the 2025-2026 school year in the amount of $48,300.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Bragg.
Thank you.
Next up, we have purchase of cafeteria equipment using VDOE spend down funds. Dr. Costner.
Madam Chair, board members, thank you for this opportunity. I come to you tonight to help our food services program continue to grow. And the great thing is that what requests we're having, it is from the spend down. It is not coming from our operations budget. So what we are asking for is that we have 3 of our Warren County Public School cafeterias that have Cumbie ovens, and they are instrumental in the food prep of those locations. It is the intention of the Food Service Department to use this portion of the VDOE required spend down dollars to purchase a Cumbie oven for each of the 6 other school cafeterias that don't already have this technology. Adding the Cumbie ovens will modernize the meal prep by saving prep time, improving food quality, and supporting efficient, healthy cooking for the growing student participation in our school's meal program. They would like to choose the UNOX for their versatility in which they can bake, roast, steam, and grill all in one unit. The UNOX has precise temperature and moisture control, meeting a more consistent results with less fat and oil required for the cooking. The UNOX ovens are designed for energy efficiency, using less electricity and water than traditional ovens and steamers. They include self-cleaning functions, which reduce labor and support food safety compliance. They also have a pre-programmed recipe program for which reduces the margin for error and will assist in saving on time and energy. Now, the following schools would receive the Cumbie oven in their cafeterias: A.S. Road Elementary, E. Wilson Elementary, Leslie Fox Cuser Elementary, Ressie Jeffrey Elementary, Warren County High School, and Skyline High School. And they did go out for quotes, and we come to move that the Warren County School Board approve the purchase of these 6 UNOX Cumbie ovens in the amount of $146,369.58 from MTS.
What questions do we have for Dr. Costner?
How much money do we have in the spend down fund for the year?
I do not know that. That runs through the food services. We could check and probably get that information for you at the next meeting.
Is it a set amount every year, or is it based on our spending, or how do we even get it?
It's based on our meals that we provide and the reimbursement that we receive from them. For example, the meals that we provide over the summertime, we get reimbursement for those meals. So it all depends on, the cost margins, but it's not a set fee. It all determines on the number of meals we serve.
Okay, great. That's
Yeah,
all. I don't need to
the
know.
balance at the end of July was just under 2.2 million. And I think the state says we should only have in that fund 3 months operating reserves, which probably is just right around $1 million. So my estimate is you probably have $1 million that's above the amount the state says we should have as a reserve or whatever in that fund.
Thank you, Mr.
If that,
Valentine.
unless it's changed.
Yeah, thank you. And they are asking us to make sure that we spend it, and it has to go towards food services.
Yeah, I like to always point out, that's not part of the county
No,
budget.
Exactly.
So
No, ma'am, it-
unfortunately, we can't take the money from food services and put it towards
Textbooks.
any, right, towards any learning
Yeah, only
things,
food
right, only
services.
food stuff, so.
But a well-fed, healthy youngin' will
Oh,
learn a lot quicker.
Yes, absolutely not complaining about the extra.
Is there a motion?
I move the Warren County School Board approve the purchase of the 6 Unox Combi ovens in the amount of $146,369.58 from MTS.
Is there a second?
I second it.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, no? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have the approval of an MOU between WCPS and Warren County Emergency Services to use WCPS facilities for training exercises. Dr. Martin.
So I have learned that the partnership between the Warren County Public Schools and the branches of the Warren County Emergency Services is very positive, and we have a great working relationship with them. What you have before you tonight, we're formalizing that partnership, so we have a clear understanding of responsibility, of liability, and those. So this just puts us on the road to good practice. The other thing that I need to let you know is we will be bringing forth 2 other MOUs. They're almost ready with the ATF and with Warren Fire and Rescue. So those 2 are in process, but this one, the sheriff, we're ready to go with this one, and it formalizes the processes for us.
What questions do we have for this, for Dr. Martin?
And we're glad they use our facilities, by the way. We want them to practice just in case something happens.
Is there a motion?
I move approval be given for the Warren County School Board to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Warren County Sheriff's Office for the use of WCPS facilities for training, and the superintendent be authorized to sign the memorandum of understanding.
Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Martin. All right. Next up, we have board member requests, and Ms. Salins.
I would like to request that, as I already expressed to you in an email, that we create policy for the prohibiting of social media use between students and faculty. That's my request.
Thank you very much. Ms. Lowe?
I don't have anything at this time.
Dr. Funk?
Nothing, thank you.
Mr. McFadden?
Nothing.
And just because I already know the answer to this, I've already talked to Dr. Martin, and I know Dr. Costner and Dr. Martin are working on bringing what we currently have forward. So we're expecting to see something to update that policy or create what we're missing, hopefully, if not at the August work session, as quickly as we can for the September meeting. Okay. For first reading, that'll be one that we go through a few times. Thank you. And next up, we have approval of personnel report addendum. Is there a motion?
I move that the personnel report of July 22nd, 2025, the personnel report of July 29th, 2025, the personnel report of August 6th, 2025, and the personnel report addendum of August 6th be approved as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Let's refresh.
You have to refresh.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you. And we'll be meeting August 20th here for our work session at 5:30. Yes?